Next, don't send your children to the wrong college, how to help them make the right decision. That one, Good Morning America, continues.
Good Morning America's American Family is brought to you by Chex Cereals.
It is back to school season already, but for high school juniors and seniors, also time to start thinking about picking the next school they're going to go to. There are all sorts of college rankings around, but Time Magazine and the Princeton Review put together a guide to picking the best college for you. Jillian Kasky is the editor of the year 2000 edition, and in this morning's edition of the American Family, she joins us to give us some tips, and it's good to have you here.
Good morning.
We were talking about one of your competitor magazines has put out its guide to the best colleges in the last week. How does yours differ from the others?
Times differs in that it's called the best college for you. We don't purport to know which college is best for every student or which is the #1 college in the country, but rather to say your child is unique, your child learns in a certain style, your child will thrive in a different kind of environment than every other child. So you should look through it and determine which school is the best for your child.
So what kind of factors do you look at to make that decision as to which college might be best for me or for my child?
You should look at the personal things. Does your child learn best with a lot of other students, or does he need personal attention? Does he need to be close to home? May seem like a silly factor, but if your child is going to be uncomfortable 3,000 miles away from home, it's not going to be a happy experience. So you need to look at all of the personal things as well as the major. Say someone's been accepted to 5 schools that are in the top 10. You don't just choose the one that somebody calls #5. You choose the one that maybe has the right major for your child. So if he's willing to study, if he wants to study journalism, then that school has a journalism program. Otherwise, it doesn't do him any good to go to a school that's...
All right, so you mentioned some factors there. You mentioned big, small, or size of the school. You mentioned location of the school. You mentioned best major, or what may have the best department that you're interested in. How about financial factors? And also the critical factor about getting in, how to get into the school you want.
Well, you should never choose a school based on the price tag alone, because many people are surprised to learn that colleges with a very expensive price tag can actually cost you less than a state school, because the private colleges are the ones that have big endowments and are willing to give money from their own funds as financial aid, as opposed to the state schools where you're really only getting the federal and state funding. So that's the first thing. Don't let the price tag scare you away from any college. But when you're looking at getting in, you shouldn't try to be too gimmicky. Colleges hear all sorts of stories. One example is the kid whose mother sent a cake to the dean's home with his social security number on it saying, you know, let my son in. Well, that's a little scary to the dean. #1, he doesn't want your cake, and he doesn't want to know that you know where he lives. So you should really try to get in using the traditional methods, get good test scores.
One of the interesting things I noted as I went through your magazine, and it's a very interesting point, so many kids are applying early, going for early admission. And in those early admission situations, you have to accept the school once they accept you. And yet you say, if you want to bargain with schools over financial aid, it's better to have a couple, 2, 3, 4 schools to play off against one another in trying to get a better financial aid package.
Well, in the last couple of years, schools have started admitting nearly half of their class in early decision. So it's kind of a bind the students are in. If they know where they want to go to school, they might be best to apply early, because half of the seats will be gone by the regular admissions period. Except you're bound to accept the admission when you apply early, so you're also bound to accept their financial aid offer. You have a little bit less room to negotiate with them on price.
You say you don't rank the schools.
No.
But you did pick a college as College of the Year.
That's right.
University of Southern California.
Right.
How come?
We choose a College of the Year. We look for one school that's addressing some particular issue that all other schools could address that will help society. And this year we chose community partnership, and we chose the University of Southern California because they really use South Central LA as a living classroom. The businesses and the residents in the community benefit from students coming in and sharing their knowledge, and the students benefit from putting the theories that they learn in classroom to practice out in the field.
Very good thing that they're doing there in using that part of LA as you say, as a living classroom. But the idea here, pick the best college for you.
Exactly.
All right, thanks very much. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
We take a break. When we come back, as the second anniversary of the death of Princess Diana approaches, we go inside the pages of a new book about her.